Welcome to our AI for Everyone instructional video series. This instructional video series is developed by the American Institute for Professional Training and Development, a nonprofit organization. This educational video series is designed to provide an opportunity to learn about AI and explore how to benefit from this remarkable technology. The entire series is available to view at no charge. If you wish to view any of the other videos in this series, please visit the AIPTD.org URL shown. My name is Sandy, and I will be the AI avatar guiding you throughout this presentation. In this video, we will take a look at why sometimes an AI gives us an answer that's smooth, confident, detailed, and yet completely false. Let's get started. Hallucinations are a strange kind of mistake. When a person doesn't know something, you can usually tell. They hesitate, they hedge, they say, "I'm not sure." AI often does the opposite. It sounds fluent, it sounds certain. It can be wrong in the most polished, confident voice imaginable. The words are fluent, the tone is certain, and every so often the content is simply invented. When an AI produces something false but states it confidently, we call it a hallucination. The real danger isn't that the AI makes an error, it's how believable that error sounds. So, what is a hallucination? Let's start by defining it. An AI hallucination is when an AI confidently states something that's false, invented, or unsupported by any real source. Think of a student in an oral exam who didn't study one topic. Rather than saying, "I don't know," they produce a smooth, plausible-sounding answer on the spot, filling the silence with something that sounds like knowledge. AI does the same thing. It sometimes will generate a fluent answer that fits the shape of the question, whether or not it's actually true. Now, we need to make an important clarification because people often misread this. A hallucination is not lying. Lying needs intent and a desire to deceive. The AI isn't trying to trick you. It has no intent and no awareness that it's wrong. It doesn't secretly know the truth and choose to hide it. What's really happening is closer to a confident guess. When the model hits a gap, it fills it with the most plausible sounding words it can assemble, whether true or not. Understanding this changes how one responds when this happens. You're not catching a liar. You're just double-checking a very fluent and adept guesser. So why does AI hallucinate? Well, it basically comes down to how the model works. At its core, an AI predicts the next likely word, not the next true fact. The prediction is based on patterns in its training data. It is not looking up facts in a database. Think of it like a super-powered autocomplete. The same idea as your phone's autocorrect suggesting the next word, but vastly more capable. Its goal is to produce text that sounds right. Most of the time, sounding right and being right do line up, but not always. And that gap is exactly where hallucinations live. Think of the phone autocomplete example again, but scaled up enormously. It predicts what fits, but not what's verified. It's important to note that AI hallucinations aren't random. So when do hallucinations happen? There are a few things that make them more likely. First, data gaps. If a topic was rare or missing in the training data, the model has little to draw on, so it improvises. Second, vague prompts. An unclear or ambiguous question invites the model to guess at what the user meant. This can lead to a hallucination. And third, a built-in pressure to answer. AI systems are strongly inclined to respond, and they rarely just say, "I don't know." This also can lead to hallucinations. If you put all of those three factors together, an obscure topic, a fuzzy question, and a model that won't decline to answer, and you've created the perfect conditions for a confident fabrication, or in other words, a hallucination. What does an AI hallucination actually look like in practice? There are, in fact, a few common forms of AI hallucinations. The most notorious form is invented sources. An AI can produce a citation, a book title, a study, a court case, or a web link, all of which looks completely real, with authors and dates, and yet none exist at all. In other hallucinations, you'll also see wrong dates, confident, specific timelines that are simply incorrect. An AI can also hallucinate and make up numbers. Statistics and figures that are stated with total authority, but no real basis in facts. It's important to notice an interesting pattern here. Hallucinations tend to cluster around exactly the specific and checkable details which we tend to trust the most. So, how do we catch AI hallucinations? And how do we protect ourselves? Here are 3 helpful habits to help us detect them. The first one is to cross-check. For anything that matters, always verify the key claims against a trusted source. Don't take the answer as the final word. The second helpful tip is to always ask for sources and then actually confirm those sources exist and indicate what the AI claimed. Don't just stop at the fact that a citation appeared. Make sure you validate it. Now for our third helpful tip, always stay skeptical, especially when it comes to specifics. The more precise the name, date, or statistic, the more it's worth a second look. Treat a confident answer as a strong first draft, not a verified fact. We can also reduce hallucinations before they happen. Let's look at some practices that we can use to reduce AI hallucinations. First, always give the AI real context. Paste in the actual document or facts you want it to use, so it's working from your specific material instead of its memory. Giving it specific context can help in reducing hallucinations. Second, give the AI permission to say, "I don't know." Tell it explicitly in your instructions that admitting uncertainty is a good and acceptable answer. That small permission lifts the pressure for it to invent a response and can also help avoid possible hallucinations. Third, always ground the AI in sources. Use tools that let the AI search for and cite real material as it answers, rather than relying on patterns alone. The more you anchor it to reality, the less room it has to drift. It's time for us to review our 3 key takeaways from this presentation. Number 1, confident isn't correct. Keep in mind that a fluent, certain-sounding answer can still be completely made up. Number 2, remember that AI is about prediction and that it is not about looking something up. The model aims for plausible text, not a verified fact. And now for number 3, remind yourself that you are always the final fact checker. For anything that matters, the responsibility to verify stays with you. Keep these tips in mind, and AI hallucinations become just another thing you know that you will need to keep an eye on and check to verify. Thank you for watching. I look forward to having you join me in our next video presentation, where we will discuss AI temperature settings and how they affect output. If you wish to view the next video or any other video in the series, simply click on the AIPTD.org URL below, and it will take you to the Complete AI for Everyone video library.